Welcome to another very special episode of UNLEARN. In today's episode, we are going to go through the topic known as the pineal gland. The pineal gland is a pea-sized gland located on the third ventricle of the brain, just below this aspect of what's called the corpus callosum. It is a secretory organ that uses large amounts of tryptophan and zinc. The pineal gland functions as a circadian rhythm or a biological clock in the body. It is triggered by light and darkness, and its peak production is at midnight while its lowest levels are at midday. The organ's main function is to produce and release this hormone known as melatonin. Key functions of the pineal gland are regulating wake and sleep cycles, managing sexual maturation, connecting nervous as well as endocrine systems of the body, and it acts like an antioxidant, which makes it very pertinent for the process of aging. In the spiritual sense of the pineal gland, it's often referred to as the third eye. It's often seen as a conduit for spiritual perception, intuition, and higher consciousness. Even Rene Descartes said, "My view is that the gland is the principal seat of the soul." Some associate it with psychic powers such as telepathy and even precognition. The Egyptians referred to this as the Eye of Horus. In Indian tradition, this was called the Ajna chakra or the sixth chakra. So when our pineal gland essentially gets blocked, it doesn't allow us to reach higher states of ethereal consciousness. And here are some of the ways that it actually does get blocked. Take, for example, fluoride, which is added to municipal water supplies as well as toothpaste. When too much fluoride accumulates in the pineal gland, it leads to an overcalcification. This is why the Nazis added fluoride to drinking water in the concentration camps, to make the prisoners more submissive. Diets that are high in refined sugars as well as artificial additives can create an acidic environment, and that would promote actually calcium deposits. On the topic of environmental toxins, exposure to heavy metals like mercury and aluminum, which are found in vaccines, as well as dental fillings. And we also have to mention typical calcium supplements that you'll find in over-the-counter drugstores, which, if they don't have enough vitamin K2, they can actually have too much calcium deposits in the brain. And we also have to talk about different types of electromagnetic frequencies, which can also affect how pineal gland function works. So Dr. Adam, what would make my pineal gland blocked? Well, there could be sleep disturbances, there could be foggy thinking or like cognitive issues in terms of impairment. There could also be reduced intuition that you would be feeling, and you wouldn't have those psychic abilities working as well as you would want them to. You could have hormone imbalances, you could have headaches or migraines, you could have depression and anxiety, or simply you could have vision problems. You have to understand, many religions and philosophies around the entire world for centuries have talked about the importance of the pineal gland, which actually means pine cone. So you have to think to yourself, why would anybody want to exactly block that ability for your pineal gland to work properly? Short answer, it's about keeping this limited. That's why you'll see pine cones that are open like this. It means that somebody's consciousness and awareness is expanded. So how do we decalcify and activate our pineal gland? Reduce fluoride intake. So get rid of those fluoride-based toothpastes. Adopt a healthy diet. Eat food that comes from the earth. Supplement wisely. If you need to use calcium, make sure it has either vitamin D3 or vitamin K2 or both in it. Detoxify heavy metals. So use natural chelators like spirulina or chlorella. Reduce your EMF exposure. So just limit your screen time, keep your phone away from you at night, and turn your Wi-Fi off when you're sleeping. Meditate and practice general mindfulness. Sun gazing. Honestly, go to see a sunset or a sunrise, or just get out and just have the sun just beat on your face. And I have to say this as being an applied kinesiology doctor, see an applied kinesiology doctor who actually does deal with cranial bone function so we can get those pineal gland functions working on all of you guys. So I hope once again you've liked what we have to share, and I hope you learned something.